Hey everybody, welcome into The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast. This is episode 196. I'm your host, Expat, along with my co-hosts, Burley Burleman Gaming, Fubu87, and Leah the Hatless. So guys, how was your week? I've been, the past couple of days, been kind of down. The weather's really changing now. The temperature's really starting to drop here in Japan now, so kind of trying to adjust to that. But how are you guys doing, Burley? How's it going out there in Canada? The temperature's starting to drop out there?
It's starting to drop. We're getting rainy. We haven't hit snow yet. We're still at like above a lot of days, plus 10 degrees. So I'm loving this because usually I'm used to right now be getting like, -5, a little bit of snow, a little bit of ice, and a little bit and all that fun stuff. So it's like, thankfully we haven't hit that right now, but like right now I'm just in that crazy mode because it's soon enough going to be vacation time for me, and I got to get a few more things done left for work before I leave on vacation for deadlines for projects. So it's just been a little stressful being like, oh, I got to get this done this day, and maximize everything every minute.
Yeah, I was just I was talking to you guys about these, like, out here in Japan, a lot of companies and a lot of the schools and where I work, it's like we have to do these like end of year tax deduction, sheets and everything, and it's just a pain in the butt to have to do them all the time. But so out there in Madeira, Fubu and Leah, it's like you must be laughing at Burley and me about all the cold weather and stuff. Out there, it's probably nice and warm, probably sitting on the beach every day.
I mean, we had a day that was 27 degrees Celsius, so it's just crazy.
Yeah, I literally went outside with shorts and t-shirt, and I went to high areas in the island. So, we're doing it. But we're supposed to in a few hours to get a lot of rain and a lot of wind.
Yeah, storm coming in.
Yeah, but I think it's wrong because today it's a really summer day and we did enjoy it a lot.
I don't know. I don't think it's that wrong or off. But I will say, we had a great sale coming from PlayStation, and all the subscriptions like Plus, Extra, Premium are in a discount. And I got one, and I also subscribed to Nintendo Switch Online, and they gave a free code that I gave to Fubu. So if you want to jump into the subscriptions, at least like in Europe, it's a good time to do so. Like the two came for the price of the Extra, which is 120 something.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
Pretty good discount.
Yeah, I need to renew mine because it's like 150. Like I go with the max tier. It's 150, and it's not now at 106. So basically, almost 50 euros off, and that's a lot of money.
You guys get the discounts we don't here in Canada.
All right.
I guess it's fun to be in Europe. Sorry,
that's all right. That's all right. So we got a great show for you. We're going to be talking about Sony Group. Now, not PlayStation, but Sony Group. So not Sony Interactive Entertainment, but Sony Group in talks to acquire Kadokawa, and we'll talk about that. PlayStation Portal. Burley's got some things to talk about with the Portal. Xbox Cloud Gaming. Stream your own game. So we're going to talk about that now. That's finally activated and going. The 2024 Golden Joystick Awards out in the UK. So the winners are out. We're going to talk about them, give our reactions, and then, of course, the Game Awards drop their nominations. So we'll be talking about the nominations and what we felt about that. So breaking down the nominees, standout categories, surprises, and snubs. So we'll talk about that later on. So good stuff. Yeah. All right. So first story. Let's go ahead and get to it. So Kadokawa. And yes. So it looks like there's going to be this buyout here. So From Software, of course, could be involved in this. So Sony and Kadokawa. Now, it has not been finalized yet. So just want to throw that out there. It hasn't been finalized, but it has been reported that they are in talks, and Sony has given them a letter of intent that they plan to buy them. So I'm going to read a little bit of this for you. This is from over at Gamematsu. So Sony Group Corporation is in talks to acquire Kadokawa. So Kadokawa Corporation is the parent company of numerous subsidiaries across publishing, film and visual, and cross-media. Its game development subsidiaries include Acquire, From Software, Gotcha Gotcha Games, and Spike Chunsoft. Sony Group Corporation subsidiary and PlayStation manufacturer Sony Interactive Entertainment already owns a 14% stake in From Software. Kadokawa Game Linkage, which operates major media like Famitsu and Dengeki, is also a games publisher. So, I mean, if this thing goes through, yeah, Sony will own a ton of more IP, but I don't see any of this. Maybe I don't see any of these games becoming first-party lineup games for PlayStation. I think they will still be cross-platform. Your thoughts, Burley?
Oh yeah, they'll still make cross-platform for a lot of these games. Like if, let's say, there is going to be a sequel to Elden Ring, they're not going to be like Elden Ring 2 only on PlayStation. They might make exclusive content for only on PlayStation or early access to PlayStation only, but they'll keep it multi-platform, just like how Xbox is doing with Call of Duty. It's like you don't want to mess with that revenue, but they would do stuff like I would see them do. Okay, now that if this goes through, we own you. Bloodborne 2, that's getting put on the docket because how many people, or maybe even a PC release, because people have been clamoring for something with Bloodborne.
Yes, they
Sure. Yeah. Everyone wants that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Fubu, your thoughts?
yeah, like you were saying, this is not PlayStation. This is Sony Group.
Right.
So I'm thinking that they want to do something beyond gaming. I think, like, I'm not going to say a movie, but maybe an Elden Ring series, like in the level of Lords of the Rings of Power on Amazon, something epic. I think they could do that.
Oh, and then
I,
have George R. Martin come in and be an executive producer. Okay. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think they're thinking beyond games. But regarding games, this threw me back to when I was doing my degree in management, and I did an exercise where I destroyed the other person, and the objective of the exercise was to team up with a different company. So I hope that because if they get the right to do these games from software, I hope they don't make it exclusive to the PlayStation, because in this case, Xbox is making their own IP showing up on PlayStation, so there's no consoles exclusive. So I hope PlayStation and Sony don't go that way, and the games could go on Xbox and maybe on the Switch too. So that's my hopes with this acquisition.
Leah, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm thinking more of the other aspects of the business, so IP, merchandising, web services, etc. Because what is missing from PlayStation at this moment in Japan is a bigger connection with the audience, because the Switch is dominating, as Expat says many, many times. And the Kadokawa group, it's very experienced. I see some of the games games and movies they promoted were the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So like, it's a very popular franchise. So they could just help out in that aspect of promoting and reconnecting with the Japanese audience again, because they do have a lot of experience in those fields.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's my 2 cents on the matter.
Yeah, we'll probably be getting some more news on this in the next week or two, because I'm sure they want to get this done. But like I said, I don't think this is going to affect other platforms. When it comes to like From Software, and they're going to want to put Elden Ring everywhere. So and if there's a sequel, but I just put in the chat. Do you think the next, if this happens, the next From Software game could become exclusive to PlayStation and not go to any other platforms? I mean, it would probably go to PC, but I mean, skip Xbox and and Switch altogether, I guess. But
I still can't see them doing it because the amount of money they got to pay. Plus, even if they bought this purchase went through, they still won't own all of FromSoft because Tencent owns them. So you got to buy out Tencent, and Tencent ain't going to want to get rid of FromSoft because they see that as a cash cow king. But one thing we did not mention, if them acquiring this Kadokawa, is they would have another monopoly in the anime sphere. Sony owns Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll, yeah.
So them having another of that would be the real interesting to see what would happen there. I wouldn't want them to, because I just don't want them to have that monopoly in the anime market.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that anime, because they're doing a lot of animes with games. You had the Onimusha one, which was actually good. I liked it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
definitely. Alrighty, so got that in there. So now it's time to go on to Burley. We're going to talk about the PS Portal here. So PlayStation Portal Remote Player Experience. So a new system update. So what's going on with this update, Burley? Take it away.
Oh yeah. So what's going on with this update? If you are subscribed to PS Plus Premium, you get the option. You can go into the settings, and it will say Cloud Streaming Beta. You can turn it on, and then what that does is it'll bounce you back, and you have the option when you turn the PS Portal on or get out of rest mode. You'll have the option connect to your console or Cloud Stream. You just select what you want to do. And if you do Cloud Stream, it takes a few seconds, and then it'll connect you and then give you a list of games. There's 150 or about 150 right now.
Yeah.
That will let you cloud stream, and you just go to the list, you pick, and boom. Like I tried it out yesterday with some of the games that I have been playing, like Ratchet & Clank Size Matters, for example. And what the nice thing is, it will pull your save that you have. If you have a save in the cloud, a cloud save, it will pull that save. So it was nice. I could just pull, go. And it worked well. I didn't notice any connection issues or latency in what I have done for testing. One thing though is I do miss. This is a little thing for me. You can't hit the home button and see check your trophies and stuff like that in the social aspect. It's purely the game thing. And if you hit the PlayStation button or hold it for a few seconds, it'll just kick you back to the game list.
Okay.
So it's still very early, but it's nice to see. And for those that bought the Portal, hey, you're getting an extra value to that product. And it's like, oh, I don't have my console on. Shit, I forgot to put my console on or leave my console in rest mode. Okay, I can still play some games with this and still play games out, which is nice. I'm hoping the list expands a lot more, and hopefully it include I think some of the games are from Premium and some from your library, depending if you've bought them or not. So I just wanting to see how that's going to expand and how it goes forward. But I've known a few people that are curious to see how this goes and thinking. I know some people that are like, well, you know what? Even if I don't always have my PS5 on, I could use the Portal to just play some games. So it's going to help with increase the sales of the Portal. By how much, we won't know till for a while, but I think it will boost it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So. I like it. I like this update. So, sorry to barge in.
No, go for it. Go for it.
I like this. This is exactly what I was hoping, because I'm going to give you my example. I use remote play a lot, and actually, when you are on remote play, you can't use the cloud games. It's something weird, but it doesn't allow you. And because I use remote play a lot, let's say instead of my PlayStation, I'm giving you fake numbers, but it's the example. Instead of being like 4 hours on, it's 8 hours on, and that's a lot of wear and tear on my PlayStation. She needs to rest. It's a machine, but she needs to rest as well. So having this, let's say I'm playing Resident Evil 4 on the PlayStation, and there's a cloud version, so I could turn my PlayStation off, upload the save to the cloud, get on the portal, I'm whatever with a connection, and I just can continue the game like that. So that's what I am understanding by this update. This gives a lot of utility to the portal, which now it's something that I would like to have, because again, I don't want to be stressing my PlayStation so it doesn't break.
Leah, do you own the portal, or are you thinking of getting one?
No, I'm shocked that Fubu doesn't turn off his PlayStation. What do you mean? That machine just keeps... It has been running nonstop for 4 years?
No.
What exploitation! That poor machine! It's on its last life.
Yes.
I haven't turned my PlayStation off in maybe 2 to 3 years, but I put it on rest mode, but I don't turn it off. I'll explain. I'll explain. It's because of my IP. It's not static. So every time I turn my PlayStation off, the IP changes, and when the IP changes, I have to change the settings on my Steam Deck, or if I'm doing remote play on the phone. So it's a pain in the ass changing that all the time. That's the reason.
Why not reserve the IP and make a thing in your router? It takes 5 minutes.
I'm not as smart as you, Burley.
You know, I wonder how much dust is collected in that thing, since you've never turned it off and actually tried to open it up to see how dirty it is.
Well, anytime dust gets near that area, it just inhales it all.
Last time I checked, it was struggling a lot.
Yeah, it was.
One thing, you can change the stream settings on this. I forgot to mention. You can, if your connection's not good enough for 1080, you can do 720, which is nice. So you can lower the quality. So if your connection isn't always as good, or you have as strong of a connection, you can change the settings, which is nice.
Okay, that sounds good. You have to do a video tutorial on the channel, so we can all of us see how we do that. Because I had to struggle a lot, but it's because I'm using Shiaki on the Steam Deck. But I had to struggle a lot to do remote play on the Steam Deck. I had to call them like 3-4 times, like change the port to this, change the port to that. Let's see like this. Let's see. The guys saw my number, like, what does this guy want? So. It was a pain in the ass, and that's one of the reasons why I don't want to turn my PlayStation off, because of the IP. Because now it doesn't allow me to. Don't go like this. You know more than me.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Burleyman Gaming #knows more than Fubu.
All right.
Hashtag
expat is moving on. Okay.
Yes, please.
All right. Next up. So, xCloud Gaming. So, stream your own game feature is now live. This is from over at Windows Central and from Jez Gordon. And Jez is going to be our guest for episode 200. So, we're really looking forward to him coming on and talking about a lot of the stuff that's happened this year and into 2025 and what to expect. So, really interested in to hearing from him and excited for him to come on the show. Anyway, so this is from over at Windows Central and Jez's article. So what you need to know, so Xbox Cloud Gaming finally gets buy-to-own games. A few years ago, Microsoft announced its intent to add games to Xbox Cloud Gaming that you would be able to purchase and play at any time. So the feature took a long time to materialize, but now it's finally here. Xbox Cloud Gaming Bring Your Own Game feature is live now on xbox.com/play and the TV web app, with Xbox app for PC and Xbox consoles coming early next year. So the initial selection adds 50 games to purchase for cloud, including titles like Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters, Balatro, Space Marine 2, Baldur's Gate 3, and Cyberpunk 2077.
Good games.
So, what do you guys think of this? So, Xbox Anywhere. So, what are your thoughts on this? I think it's a great deal. They finally got it going, and now you can pretty much play your Xbox on any device. So, your thoughts, Leah? I'll start with you first on this one.
First, I was really confused because, like, stream your own game. I thought, like, maybe any game, but no, it's a list. It makes more sense after I read this. But the really cool aspect is the mobile. I think that's something that
Right.
it's a good bet to improve the mobile games and to have more variety, especially in this like AAA or AA games that are just associated with consoles, and to bring new players and give players freedom to play them on the go, wherever you want to go, as long as your cell phone can handle them. But maybe they can optimize these games for the mobile phone. So that's really cool.
Yeah, it also says here, Jez says, Xbox Cloud Gaming is Microsoft's answer to NVIDIA GeForce Now, giving users access to a few hundred games via Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription on xbox.com/play. A ton of games in Xbox Game Pass Ultimate are available with a web browser, including Apple's iPad, phones, Amazon Fire Stick, and even some Samsung TVs. A few dozen games even have touch controls, meaning you don't need an Xbox controller or one of the various Xbox Cloud Gaming mobile controllers to play. So, Burley, your thoughts on that?
It's great. Like, this has been a great week for announcements like this, of just giving you more options to play your games.
Yep.
We've all bought, and you're not trapped where you can play it. This is one thing Microsoft has done very well. They've been going where they're branding. You buy the game, you can play it anywhere. They're going more. It's a small sampling right now, but it's going to increase. They will grow. They have the architecture and all that. They have the servers resources they've been putting into it. So it's just a matter of they're slow. They're just adding more and more. They're adding some right now just to get people in, just to hook them in right now, but give you more. Okay, if I'm buying more and more of these games, or own them through, if they're on the subscription through Game Pass Ultimate and I'm sub to that, I don't have to, I can play on my Xbox one night. I'm in my bed. You know what? I wanna play a run of Ballatra or something else. I can just pull out my phone. You can pull out your Steam Deck and do Game Pass streaming and stuff like that. There is a lot, so giving me tons of options to play it, so I'm not limited to one way to play the game, one area, is very nice to have.
Fubu, if you were to use the Xbox Cloud Gaming service, what kind of device would you use it on if you weren't going to play it on an Xbox itself?
I'll probably use the Steam Deck. I assuming that I can use it on the Steam Deck, so that's what I would use. I have a big screen. I could use it on my mobile as well if I felt like I go in I don't know, public transport and I don't want to carry the Steam Deck around. I could just play something on the phone, but my preferred device would definitely be on the Steam Deck. Like if I have to go, let's say to the doctor's office and I know I'm going to take a long time, so I don't get grumpy, I just take the machine, play until they call my name, then I go in. I would do that. It's a great idea. I like it, and the more you can play, the better, I think. So I really enjoyed this idea.
Yeah, like on a tablet, or for me, maybe the ROG Ally or something like that. I definitely want to play it on. So, yeah, it's great stuff. So good stuff. All right. So now let's go ahead and jump into our reactions to the Golden Joystick Awards. Now, the Golden Joystick Awards every year, it's a UK-based awards ceremony for video games. So let's go ahead and talk about those. So let me go ahead and get the image up here. So get the image going. So Golden Joystick Award. So the actual voting for this is from the audience, from the gamers themselves. So unlike the Game Awards, where it's mostly publications and those that make their choices, it's the gamers themselves that are making choices here. So, yeah. So let me go ahead and get that up So, all right. So, anybody want to talk while I'm trying to get this stuff going? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
me-
sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll talk. I'll talk. Don't worry. I'm
Yeah.
very happy with the winner of the Ultimate Game of the Year. It's something.
Uh-huh.
It's a game that I put my money in because, well, like I mentioned, my girlfriend wanted to play, and I stole the game and I finished before her. And it's a really fun game. I think Black Myth Wukong it was a sleeper. No one was expecting the hit that this game was going to be, and caught the world by surprise. And it was one of my personal bets for Game of the Year. Happy to see it on the Golden Joystick. Let's see how it goes the rest of the year and the rest of the awards.
All right, let me go ahead and go through the list. I've got it up now. So, best audio design went to Astrobot. Best soundtrack, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Best storytelling also went to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Best multiplayer game, Helldivers 2. Best visual, best visual design, Black Myth Wukong. Best indie game, Balatro.
Balatro.
Yeah, Balatro. That's
I
right.
have to try that game.
Yep. Best
Yes, you
indie
do.
game, self-published indie game. So another Crab's Treasure. So self-published. Yeah.
Deserved,
Yeah.
for sure.
Studio of the Year, Team Asobi for Astrobot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Best lead performer, Cody Christian played Cloud in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yeah.
I disagree. It should have been Luke from Silent Hill. I think he did a great job portraying our James Sutherland. So that's my 2 cents on that.
Best supporting performer, Brianna White for Final
Yes,
Fantasy
I
VII
agree.
Rebirth. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Breakthrough Award, Critics' Choice, Balatro. Yeah. So, still playing award on consoles and PC, Minecraft. There you go.
Minecraft.
For years and years now, Minecraft. Yeah, that's awesome. Good stuff.
Top notch, still quality.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, here in Japan, among the kids, I mean, it's like you're either playing Fortnite or you're playing Minecraft. I mean, it's amazing. Still playing award on mobile, Honkai Star Rail. So Honkai, yeah, still out there. PC Game of the Year, Satisfactory. So yeah, console Game of the Year, Helldivers 2. Huh. Okay.
That's
Interesting.
rare.
A great
Most
game. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but
No, it is.
Yeah.
I'm glad it got something here. Like it got stuff.
Most wanted
Yeah.
game. I knew this one was gonna be what it
Yeah,
was.
we all
GTA
knew.
6. Yeah, and it's gonna win at the Game Awards too. I'm just gonna tell you right now.
Yeah.
Of course, in the upcoming weeks, we're gonna be giving our predictions before the Game Awards, and of course, Burley's gonna be going out to the Game Awards. But yeah, I'm telling you right now, that is going to win when it comes to most anticipated game in the Game Award side. GTA 6 will win. Yes. I'm telling you right now. It's like
No,
if
it's
GTA 6 does not win, I will close the podcast. We will shut it down.
Oh, bet.
No, don't do that. No,
It's
don't
gonna be
do that.
GTA 6. Okay, anyway.
You all have forgot what expat said there. You all forgot.
Yeah.
Sorry, what happened? I was distracted. I don't know what happened. Now.
Critics' Choice
Exactly.
Award, Helldivers 2. Okay. Best
nice.
game expansion, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree.
Yeah,
Obviously.
no doubt,
Obviously.
no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, no questions.
Best gaming hardware, Steam Deck OLED, Burley.
Yeah, I can see that the OLED did make a lot of improvements on the base Steam Deck, so I'm not surprised in that
Yeah.
that would win gaming hardware.
Best early access game, Lethal Company.
Yeah, that game that it was between that and Power World for me.
Uh-huh.
Lethal Company, I streamed that early on because that launched out in like January.
Yeah.
That game on PC is just so much fun, and just when you do it with a group of buddies and you do it with a chat that likes to torture you,
Yeah.
you're just in for a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. Best game trailer, Helldivers 2. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful.
that trailer, yeah.
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 Yeah, it was
Pretty
good.
good stuff.
That was pretty cool.
Streamer's Choice Award, Chained Together.
Oh yeah.
I have the game. I have
still-
yet to play it. I got to get people to sit and play.
Best
And
game
the Arena
adaptation,
Productions.
Fallout. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would, but I would, yeah, I don't think it would probably be the same, though. I mean, Arcane. I mean, it's, yeah.
I
It's
think
amazing.
Arcane was too late. It didn't do some build up.
It couldn't
Yeah.
have been nominated at the time it came out.
Yeah.
Ultimate Game of the Year, Black Myth Wukong. Oh, that's interesting. No.
I think it's well deserved. Like it was definitely like the biggest surprise of the year. Like no one was expecting that game, and it really took
Yeah.
everyone by storm.
Yeah, no one was expecting it, but I still think, Metaphor. I mean, that's my pick. I mean,
Yeah, that's also a strong contender.
Yeah.
Well,
Again,
but
I think
you notice when you're going through this. Sorry.
Well, before you go on, Burley, I just want to point out this is, like I said, the Golden Joystick Awards are UK based, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people out in the UK, gamers in the UK, they are big Souls type gamers.
yeah.
And Black Myth Wukong, tons of boss battles. It's very, I say this, it's very Souls-like, I feel. And so I think that's probably one of the reasons why this got, the ultimate game of the year. So, especially for gamers out there. Yeah, go ahead.
I think you can go first, Burley, because you were going to say something.
One thing I liked with the Golden Joysticks is they didn't just, we have 5 to a category, 5 or 6. They let a lot of games come in each category, which was very nice that they weren't just, it has to be 5 or 6, because certain games in here got nominated, didn't get nominated for anything in the Game Awards one. So they let more games have a chance to win awards on this. And get shown off that and to remind people, oh yeah, this came out this year. Oh yeah, that was a good game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm surprised like Stellar Blades didn't win anything because it was also
snubbed.
the Souls type kind of game. So, but I do like that in here they give an award for best expansion, DLC, because that's
as we're going to talk about when it comes to the Game Awards. And in the programming notes also I'll be talking about that. But I mean, but do you see any trends here though that we could see happening at the Game Awards when it comes to particular categories and the winners?
Yeah, I feel like Balatro is going to be a strong winner. Not for Game of the Year, but definitely for indie game, it might win.
Yeah.
Indie, because it's also on mobile. I could see it winning mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel best supporting performance of Brianna White in Final Fantasy VII, because the role that she does is a very tricky role. And the thing is, I don't want to spoil the ending, but what she does in the end, I was glued to the screen, but because of her performance, because it looks like this, then it was this way, and then it's it was that ending. What she did in that ending was so good, and I think, and it's a very hard role to do. If you played Final Fantasy VII, you know what I mean. It was a very hard role to do. And she pulled it out perfectly. I think she's going to get the best supporting performer. Has to be her.
I think on the multiplayer side of things, Helldivers 2 is also going to win at the Game Awards. I think that's just this is an indication of what's going to happen there too. So,
and
I agree.
And then for me, for one, is Astrobot. It won a few awards here. I think Astrobot is not. It will win a few things like Best Family Game at the Game Awards and stuff like that. I can see Astrobot winning. I would like to see it win Game of the Year because it is my Game of the Year, but I'll say my thoughts when we get to the Game Awards, what I think is going to win, and I have some anger towards that.
We're not going to give our predictions in this episode, but I mean, we'll be giving our reactions to the nominees and all. But Studio of the Year, that's interesting because the Game Awards doesn't have that category, and it should. It really should.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Oh,
they
yeah.
mixed it with directing, I guess, which is
Yeah, but
weird.
that's usually for a lead director, though, for an individual. I mean, it should be the studio, the whole studio that is involved in
I
that.
agree.
So
But that's what Kojima wanted. So we got to do what Kojima wants.
well, whatever
Yeah,
Kojima
like-
wants, Keeley does, I guess. Who knows?
You
I
know
think
I'm right
they
on
are awarded, but just in different categories. Like, let me see. Like, I don't want to stall this podcast, but like the technical elements, like level design or game design, like art direction, like sound, and like I think the award goes to kind of the crew that kind of work on that. At least that's how I see the award being given. I could be wrong. So, I mean, technically, yes, but I agree. Like, that's a category that's really missing here
Yeah.
of the studio.
All right. Well, let's get to our episode spotlight here. We're going to jump into the Game Awards because the Game Awards nominations came out on Monday. And boy, oh boy, a lot of people are talking about them, especially when it comes to the DLC stuff, and we'll get to that. So anyway, our reactions to these, and I'm not going to go through every single category because I could care less. Honestly, I could care less about content creator of the year.
Yeah. And
I
unless
could care less about that.
we have to be on the list. We only care when we are on the list. So when Burley gets there, we're going to talk a lot of that.
I think first we should like figure out who had the best accuracy here. I think it was Expat, right? He got the most for Game of the Year.
No.
I think you
Carl
got the
did.
most for...
Carl did
Carl.
because he picked the Elden Ring DLC because he knew that when he saw that part of the news, which I overlooked, that the DLC was going to be included in Game of the Award consideration. He decided to do Elden Ring because obviously if Elden Ring's on there, of course it's going to get it's going to get nominated.
Clap for Carl.
Yeah, so he got 5 out of 6. I got 4 out of 6. So
Okay.
I won't. I'm jealous. He was wrong. He had the answers before time. He had the answer. It's not fair. It's not fair.
But anyway, so we're not going to go through every single category here, like sound and all those things. I brought up some particular categories, and we'll talk about them. So let me get the first one up here and show you the nominees and talk about them a little bit here. So best action game. So Black Myth Wukong, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade Warhammer 40,000. So your guys' thoughts on this category? Should any of these games have been left out, or was a particular game snubbed that should have been in this category? Your thoughts?
Ooh, this is
I
a
think
hard one.
It was a good choice. Like all of these deserve to be here. I don't think there's anyone that was like left out. I think these were like the biggest action games. If I'm not sure I'm forgetting anyone.
No, this seems accurate. These are the biggest action games of the year.
Yeah, and Stellar Blade. I mean, a lot of people were thinking, and of course, our friend Genki Gamer, of course, he thought that it was completely snubbed for Game of the Year. I didn't think it was going to make the Game of the Year cut, but at least it got into the the best action game category.
Action game, yes.
Yeah, it's good ones. They're all good ones.
Yeah. All right. Next up, then, let me go ahead and get to the next one. We can get that up. Yeah. Best family game.
This hurts my soul.
Yeah. Astrobot, Princess Peach Showtime, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Legend of Zelda, yes, and Plucky Squire.
They're all great games.
Yeah, they're all
Really
Echoes
hard
of
to choose,
Wisdom.
but
Yeah.
I think for family game, I picked Zelda because I picked Astrobot for another category.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, we're not giving our predictions in this episode. Our final predictions will be in an upcoming episode. But
but I'm telling you, like I already voted. This is my vote. This is not a prediction.
Well, you
this
voted
is how
already
I
on
voted.
it. Okay. Okay.
Good list, great games. It makes sense for these games all to be here.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I wish they could all win.
Okay, next up. So let's see. Got Family Game there. Best independent game.
Oh.
Strong category as well. Damn.
Yeah. Animal Well, Balatro, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, and UFO 50. Yeah.
Wow, it's Animal Well is really good. They gave it on the PlayStation Plus. I tried it out. It was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know about Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, to be honest, but the other ones, Neva and UFO 50. I saw some art, and I love the art of Neva. It's beautifully done. I haven't played it, but the art looks beautiful. This is very, very good.
Yeah.
But I also feel like we know what's gonna win. It's gonna be Balatro because it kind of has to.
Okay, so can I say then if Balatro doesn't win, the podcast goes away?
No,
I like to be here. Don't.
I don't know. Are you thinking of early retirement? Why
I'm getting tired of waking up at 4:30 or 5:30 in the morning to do this show. But yeah, no.
I think he's taking what Tweel told him on Blue Sky about, hey, you need to take the week off and give Burley the reins. I think he's taken that truth.
Yeah, and my final thought on that was what I posted, the absolutely not. That ain't gonna happen for sure. Yeah.
I love that out of everyone he just is like, you need to have Burley do it.
If this show dies, if this show goes away, nobody takes it over. It's going with Expat, that's for sure. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on. We're
AI
just joking.
generated. We make an AI expat and we continue the show.
Oh my god, what a nightmare. Stop.
No.
Between living your PlayStation on for 5 years and now an AI expat.
Okay, next up. Best RPG.
This is...
Last year was completely stacked, and it looks like this year as well. Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, so there's that DLC. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor Refantasio. Ooh, that's...
I would put Dragon Age instead of Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I probably would have threw. Yeah, that's the thing. Dragon Age, the Veilguard did not get,
As someone that's been playing the game, I can understand why it did not get voted in. One, because they already put remakes and said stuff about remakes. Persona 3 Reload. That was such a good one. Like, how do you not throw this? And it is a different thing. Like, Metaphor is not done by Atlas. Atlas is the publisher. They have another studio that did that. Persona 3 was done by Reload was done by Atlas. So you could have put that in. Like, I can understand keeping Dragon's Dogma in here. That's fine. You could have played at 6 for this. I'm glad Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth got in here because a lot of people were... Because that was such a big game, and that came out, what was it, like March of the year? It was really March or April. It was a really early on title, and I know this game is very long, but I know people that said when you did finish it, it was really, really good. It was just a very long duck as a title.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead, Leah.
Yeah. I would think I would rather see Persona instead of Elden Ring, but that's my controversial opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we're gonna get to this discussion, but I mean the DLC just it doesn't belong here. I don't think so. I mean I think that Persona 3 could have been added to this or another game, but yeah. And I put in the chat, let us know your thoughts on these nominations, as we go on here. We'd really like to hear from you. So, all right.
So, Fubu,
What?
since this is your favorite contender, you think it will, Final Fantasy will also win the best RPG?
I'm gonna be really honest. 20 out of 10. I won't say more. I think Elden Ring is gonna
There's no
clean a
such
lot of
thing.
stuff.
That's 20 out of 10.
No, I think the impact that Elden Ring had in the gaming community this year, which, look, I agree with you. It should have its own thing. I don't know, like an expansion. I don't know. It shouldn't be
Best
in
DLC
this RPG.
category.
But DLC, yeah, whatever. It shouldn't be in this one because it is a DLC. If they released it as like when they did the Uncharted one, the one after Uncharted
Lost
4.
Lost Legacy, a standalone game. Yeah, then well, I get what you mean.
Then I would agree.
It's
Then
a
I would agree.
remake. Final Fantasy VII is a remake, a rebirth, and whatever remake. It's a remake of a game that came out 25 plus years ago.
It's not the same game. It is.
Well,
not the same game.
Xpad does have a point. It is.
I understand what he's saying.
They've changed quite a lot. Like I'm
Yeah.
both mindset because they've changed. You went from turn-based combat to this action RPG. And it has a lot of elements from the original, but it has changed and expanded on elements.
It's a different universe. It's a different universe. It's not the same universe. It is a different universe. So
okay, are you going to say in 30 years from now, when they ultimately bring out like the VR version of Final Fantasy VII, it's not the same game?
No, not if they keep the same story beats. If they keep the same story beats, it is the same game. This game has similar story beats, but they are not the same story beats. There is a lot of things have changed, especially the part at the end that I was saying that the actress should win the prize.
Burley,
because
get the force choke ready. There.
So for like a cinema term, instead of a remake, it's a reboot. Is that what you're saying? Like this is a reboot of Final Fantasy VII.
I'm going to throw it out here right now. That should be another category for the Game Awards is best remake.
That I agree. I agree.
That
with the amount of remakes
best remake.
The amount of remakes we're getting every year. I agree.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth wouldn't be there. It is a sequel. It is a sequel.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, let's
debate
go
for another day. Yes.
Carry on.
Yes, please. Okay. So next up, best strategy game. Age of Mythology. So I want your point on this, Leah, because I know you're into the strategy game. So, Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2, Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, Manor Lords, or Unicorn Overlord.
This is also difficult. But like, I have a soft spot for Frostpunk. That was my choice. Like, I love the whole vibe of it, like cyberpunk and like cryptic and like also like reminds me a bit of Snowpiercer. Like I like the strategy where you have the elements against you. It's really interesting to kind of navigate that. So that would be my personal choice, but I think everyone would like any game is deserving. Like Car would pick a Unicorn Overlord for sure. And that's the thing, because like Unicorn Overlord and Frostpunk are like really different games. I think this should also be like two separate strategies. Like I don't get the vibe why they're like mixed, because
I mean, Western studios versus Japanese studios, I think, is the difference here. I mean, the way that they make their games, it's just a little different, and and the visual aspects as well, and the graphical design is different in certain ways. So I know your guys' thoughts, Burley, Fubu, on the best sim and strategy game.
There's not really any Sims games on here. This is all strategy games.
Yeah.
This is all like you wanted simulators. There have been some great simulator games like TCG Card Shop Simulator. Why is that not on here?
Yeah.
There have been a lot. I'm glad to see Unicorn Overlord get voted and nominated in here. I've not played the game, but I've heard a lot of great things on it.
Yeah.
But that was such an early release. You wonder sometimes that when these games come out so early, some do get forgotten or do not get nominated at all. So I'm glad to see it get nominated. And that Kitsugami game, I know it was a Game Pass. Like that was the thing. It was Capcom, but it was a Game Pass. It launched on the Game Pass.
Right.
That game did not get talked about for very long. It was like, hey, it's on Game Pass, and that was pretty much the last I heard of it after it came out. So I was kind of surprised to see it get.
Yeah, I actually that's what I played it on. It was on Game Pass.
No, that game looks really good. At the
it
time
is. It's beautiful.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I don't know about the gameplay. Obviously, the expert can tell us more about that. But when it comes to art, it was a beautiful game.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm really interested in Frostpunk. I wanted to play that for a while too. So
yeah, because I could only compare. I feel like Age of Mythology, Frostpunk, and Manor Lords are like one side, and Kunitsu Game and Unicorn Overlord are kind of the other side.
Yeah. Okay. So next up, games for Impact. Closer the Distance, Indica, Neva, Life is Strange Double Exposure, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, and Tales of Kinzera Zao. So, yeah, I'm happy that Senua's Saga got into this one, because boy oh boy, it does have an impact on you. I mean, for sure. So, Double Exposure, that's an interesting choice, and, it just came out. But, it's, the Life is Strange series has been very, very, very popular. So, your guys' thoughts?
I'm happy with Tales of Kanzara out. That game is beautiful. The story in it, something that you don't usually do, which is exploring African mythology. It was a beautiful well-told story, and the mythology, I was really impressed. I didn't knew a lot, but like I've mentioned before, I love mythology in games, and that is something that I would like to see explored in more games.
Well, African culture in itself, it just hasn't been worked on in many games so far. So that's great.
Make Kratos show up in Africa and do his thing.
kind of like the game Raji when it came to like Indian culture. Burley, you're pretty quiet on this category.
Well, no, it's just I knew Boo started talking, so I just didn't want to interrupt. No, it's all the games make sense to me here that got nominated, but it's just kind of odd. This one got 6, but the rest of them are 5.
I know.
It's just like we've said on some of the lists, like on some of the games, it's like you could have added one more, and we said one more.
Well,
game
of the year has 6 also, but but most of them only 5. So that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is a weird choice.
Okay, so let me go ahead, Leah.
No, I'm gonna say the one in here I don't know is Indica. I don't know if you guys have played or heard of this game. So like
I've heard of it and watched a bit about it earlier.
So like I'm kind of curious to kind of see what it is about. But all good choices. I think any game could win, and it would be fair. I don't think have anything against any particular game.
Okay, so let me go through some of the other categories just from the list, and let me go ahead and get up the link to this. So you can go to the Game Awards nominations over at IGN and check it out here as well. But so best ongoing game. Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2. Burley, Final Fantasy 14 has won this like ongoing for the past few years, I think. But
Yeah,
I think
it's-
Helldivers is going to win it this time, maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
But
Destiny 2 is on its way out, I think. Destiny 2 is pretty much at its end, and Destiny 3 is probably going to be announced at some point. But yeah.
I'm surprised, like, no Minecraft, no Stardew Valley, no,
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
yeah.
Whereas the Golden Joysticks, Minecraft, is the best ongoing. So. Yeah.
Snubbed.
Best mobile game: AFK Journey, Balatro, Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket. There you go, Burley. Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think Pokemon could take this one because it's incredibly popular at the moment.
In Japan, it's incredibly popular out here. I mean,
Oh.
and probably not many people out here in Japan have heard of Balatro. So.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So, yeah. But
Yeah.
so,
I could see Balatro winning, but I can also, like you said, Pokemon, because that thing has made 100 and something. Like it making like 6.5 million per day. There was articles
What?
out on, and it's like,
Yeah, it's
oh yeah,
crazy
no,
like
they're
that.
like I have played the game, but
Yeah.
it is just like I just do it to open the packs. But I've gotten to the point of like I just don't care, and it's just like it's just a game for when I am on a phone call, when I'm on a calling a vendor for work, and I got to sit through the long thing. It's like, okay, let's pull up my phone and do this, and while
Yeah.
I'm on hold music.
Yeah.
That's all it is at this point.
Wait,
to
people
me.
do the battles, Burley? You can actually battle with the decks. Like
Yeah,
I've done a couple. It's pretty cool.
The battling on that's okay, but like if I was really wanting to play the card game battle, you can download the app on the PC, and you can get you get more, and you get the better animations and all that, and it's just like I'm not sitting stuck on my phone doing this.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Let me go through a little bit more of the list here. Best narrative: Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Metaphor ReFantazio, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, Silent Hill 2.
Finally, justice.
Just tattoo Silent Hill 2 on your forehead,
Yes,
Leah. There you go. It's your
Is
game
there
of
a
the game of
horror
game of your
category?
life, right?
Game of
my life. Yes.
I mean, if we're going for like, why is I have nothing against the game. I'll say it, but like,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII
Yeah.
is nominated for Game of the Year. Why not Silent Hill 2? Like, it's an excellent.
It's a remake.
of the
It's a
game.
remake.
So it's up. It's a brand new game. It's barely a remake.
And Final Fantasy VII isn't. Come on.
No.
Best narrative:
But,
Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. There you go. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's a good one.
Best art direction: Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree. There's a DLC again. There you go. Metaphor ReFantazio and Neva.
Mm-hmm.
Art direction: Neva. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah.
It has a good art direction. I would say the
Oh,
game
it's
is really great.
beautiful. Yes.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah. Best score in
So
music. Best score in music: Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor ReFantazio, Silent Hill 2. There you go, Leah, and Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade
Honestly,
has a
all
really
makes
good,
sense.
really good
All-
score. Yeah.
All good. Yeah, Stellar Blade could win as well. Like, it's great.
Yeah.
Even Astrobot has a great score. Like, it works really well. With
And
the game.
Metaphor. Metaphor's got a great
Metaphor
score
as well,
too.
So
Oh, they all do that. That's not an easy category. Whatever wins
No,
on that
it's not.
category, I
Yeah.
can accept because they all are. They're all all games that are nominated there. It fits and it makes
Yeah.
sense.
I
Best-
would be honest by saying Final Fantasy it's the weakest one in that category when it comes to. I think it's the weakest.
Best audio design. Astrobot, Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, Silent Hill 2. Yeah.
I just find it funny Call of Duty's nominated, yet Call of Duty has the whole thing of, to get the premium audio, please give us $30 or $20 more. So yeah,
Oh my god.
like
Chat,
not this.
chat. Remember, if you want to hear us better, super chat here so you can hear us better. That's we're gonna unlock that.
Okay. All right. Best performance. Hannah Tell, Life is Strange, Double Exposure. Brianna White, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Humberly Gonzalez, Star Wars Outlaws. Luke Roberts, Silent Hill 2. And Melina Juergens, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2. Honestly, I think Melina should win again for Hellblade 2, but she won, for the first game. So I don't know if they're going to give it to her again. That's an interesting one. What do you guys think?
Everyone but the Outlaws actress I can see winning.
Yeah, but she did a great job, though. Humberly Gonzalez, she's great.
She did a good job. My problem is with what the material she was given. That it's kind of hard for me to separate her. Like, she did a good job. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like when you compare it to the rest, I don't think it was the material strong enough to warrant it.
Yeah, look,
I think.
Yes, you go. Sorry.
No, to me, is between Senua's Saga and Silent Hill. Like, those are the two that I feel are my favorite.
You're biased.
Yeah, I am. Everyone is.
Innovation and accessibility. So, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Dragon Age The Veilguard, Prince of Persia The Lost Crown, Star Wars Outlaws. Great group there.
Well, Dragon Age and Prince of Persia are the real standouts on this. Prince of Persia early in the year, and it's nice to see it get nominated for something, because that game came out in January, and unfortunately it did not sell very well. It was a great game and all that, so it's nice to see, because that was one thing I really liked. This is something, for the most part, Ubisoft has been getting better and better. Their accessibilities and difficulty options.
Yeah.
And they really make it. Outlaws, I don't find it that good. The good thing you need to do for Outlaws to make it fun, turn off the hacking so you can just do the hacking at a much better thing instead of this playing a rhythm game to hack. Especially when you're doing the last mission of the game. They'll thank me if you turn that on.
Yeah. Best community support: Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, No Man's Sky. Interesting.
Not sure.
I'm not surprised on Baldur's Gate 3 because the mod community has gone amazing and insane with it.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is, Larian is working with them and giving them the mod tools and all that. So it's so nice to see that it's not just them themselves. Larian is helping, and when they do updates, they're helping and giving the modders, for the most part, most modders knowing ahead of time.
Yeah,
so
that's the same. That's the same with Fortnite too. I mean, they're getting tons of the support with that mod support. So,
it's an interesting list. I think that Helldivers 2. Well, I know it's Sony. Sony's very protective, but still, I think they could have done something similar with the modding community for Helldivers 2, especially for PC. I think if they did that, I think they would be more in the run, because when it comes, So I think it's a 2-horse race on this one, and we already told which 2 horses they are.
Best fighting game: Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, Arc System Works, Cygames, Dragon Ball, Sparking Zero. So Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, Multiverses, and Tekken 8.
Ooh,
I was shocked that Multiverses got brought up in here.
Yeah.
This one shocked me because Multiverses, it came out, they pulled it and came back, and
worse.
Nobody's been talking about it.
The game came back worse.
Yeah, I played very little of it before it got taken down.
No. Please.
I believe you on that, but I'm just saying, like, it's surprising to me they threw it in here. But all the other games in the list made sense. There were some great fighting games. I know some people are a little surprised the collection from Capcom, because it is a collection instead of just one fighting game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, here we
Yeah.
go. Oh, go ahead, Fubu.
No,
Go
no, no.
ahead.
I was gonna say that I think on this one, I think Tekken is one in the lead. I think Dragon Ball is in the lead. They're two different types of fighting games, but I think those are the bigger names because, for example, the Grand Blue one, it wasn't even the best Grand Blue this year because they had the RPG in February, and that game really rocked. So I think it's going to be between Tekken 8 and Dragon Ball.
Alrighty. Okay, next up, best sports, a racing game.
Oh, racing.
F1 24, EA Sports FC 25, NBA 2K 25, Top Spin 2K 25, and WWE 2K 24. Fubu, I have a feeling. I think I know what your pick is going to be here. I don't know.
No. If you ask me, if you told me which is the worst game of the year, I would say EA. EA 25. That game.
Here we go. The Arena multi-platform gaming news podcast next year will create the worst games of the year awards for every category. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, and then every year Fubu will put on for the worst sports game will be that one. Yeah. So.
Look, I'm inside the community. I'm now being very serious. I'm inside the community, as you understand. I do content on that
because Fubu is never serious on here except for this point. Go ahead.
Exactly. No,
just go.
I'm inside. Right. I'm inside that community.
Yeah,
as you know, I do content on the EFC 25, and I don't find anyone that is happy. I see a lot of people running away to Black Ops. They're crazy with Black Ops. No one is happy, and instead of EA trying to fix the game, you know what they're doing? They're literally releasing a clothing brand. Fix your damn game. I can buy clothes somewhere else, man. Just anyway. But I'm not gonna say my pick, but it's not the AFC. Trust me, it's not.
Okay. Yeah. Where is? Yeah, it's like Madden's not on here this year. That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, but Madden did not. Yeah. People were not people haven't been happy with Madden in years, but Madden this year, let's just avoid it.
Yeah.
So there will be no winner in this category.
There will be a winner, but we'll have to wait and come up with our picks.
If EAFC wins, we all lose. I'm just saying that.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right. Let's get to the last two, the big two here. So, Game of the Year. So Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor Refantasia. Okay, now let's get to our discussion about DLC being included here, and Balatro actually being in this as well as being. It's going to win Indie Game of the Year, I think. Should it be put in for Game of the Year? Yeah, obviously, yeah. But you know.
As someone that has played Balatro, I can tell you, yes, it should be nominated.
But I think Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree should not be on this list. It's DLC. And I think DLC should have its own category.
Exactly.
You know, best downloadable content of the year. I mean...
Best expansion.
Best expansion, exactly. Expansion / downloadable content. You know, I mean, it's... yeah. And if it wins, I think there's going to be a pretty big uproar over that. If the DLC does win Game of the Year, so it's just that. Yeah, I think it would. kind of be a slap in the face to a lot of these development studios that have put hours and hours and years into a full game that takes like maybe 30 to 100 hours to complete, and get, shunned by a game that's, well, it's basically just content that is added onto an existing game.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I just feel that, it should have its own category in itself. And I made a video on this, and I'll talk about it during the, our, production notes and everything for the week. But, yeah, great list, minus Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. It's a great add-on to an existing game. It's a great add-on to an existing game, which should have its own category, and it should win in that particular category. So, yeah, I mean, your guys' thoughts. Yeah.
I want to give a positive spin.
Okay.
I'm gonna give a positive spin. Actually, I spent like today arguing with Leah that Tears of the Kingdom was a glorified DLC because they all have the similar stuff. But I'm not gonna go into that. It was a joke between me and her. I'm gonna give a positive spin because Elden Ring, the DLC has it's beautifully done. All of that, we know it's amazing. I agree with you guys. It shouldn't be here. It's DLC, but I'm gonna make it a bright spin, which is I'm hoping that a lot of companies see this, and instead of giving random DLCs, they focus to give DLCs that are consistent. They are good for the game they already released, so it motivates them. Maybe I'm not saying to go for Game of the Year awards, but to give good quality to its consumers. But regarding the rest of the list, I'm really surprised about Balatro. I've knew about Balatro, never played it, but to be here in the Game of the Year category, it must be one hell of a game, and I'm really, really interested in playing it now because it's not normal for an indie game like this to be here. It's not normal. This is usually exclusive to the big ones. And Balatro is proving to be a big one, despite not being the most beautiful or the best audio or the best gameplay. But it's here because it did a connection with its consumers.
I think the makers of Sea of Stars would have something to say about that. But Burley,
yeah. Oh yeah. No, they definitely they got snubbed in my opinion with Game Awards and not getting nominated.
Yeah.
I said all that stuff. In the case of Balatro, I'll go over quick on this one because I bought this game just a couple days ago because like, you know what, it got nominated. I got it through a CD keys on the Steam Deck.
Mm-hmm.
Upon playing it, for anyone that has played Vampire Survivors, you will understand this. It has that addictive nature of you play a run on this, you finish, you're like, I got enough time to play this. I got enough time to play again. And it is just you're playing poker, but there's the cool, interesting Joker mechanic. As every round you're doing, you get money and you get a chance to buy Jokers, other cards that do other effects and add some craziness to it. Yeah. And it just becomes addictive. And because it's a what do you call roguelike? Like this. So what you're seeing and what you're getting every round is going to be different in every run. And then you have the different decks that have different abilities. Okay, this deck will give you one extra discard. This deck will give you one extra hand you can play every round. So it's a whole thing, and like I've put a couple hours into it. It's just a lot of fun. It's simple but you got to really strategize on it. So I can see with the quality they put in and all the content you can get out of this game, I can see why it got nominated for so many categories and brought up to Game of the Year. Now, Elden Ring DLC, I don't like DLC should not be here. And then I've heard the thing is this is opening Pandora's box because now people are pushing back and going, okay, you put this DLC, you're saying this DLC is good quality. What about Cyberpunk's DLC from a few years, 2 years ago,
Yeah.
Phantom Liberty. Why
Yeah.
isn't that getting a fair shake into
Exactly.
like you're now for open Pandora's box
Yeah.
on this, and it's like for you to access this DLC in Elden Ring, you have to beat an optional boss that's 20 something
Right.
hours into the
Exactly.
game to get to, and then you get a new thing. I've heard it is good, but it doesn't do enough different to make it, oh my god, this is a brand new game. This was put in here for a few reasons. Elden Ring was the Game of the Award winner 2022, so it's got that going for it.
Right.
Let's be honest. Keeley says, "Oh, I didn't put it in there." Keeley, you're running the show. You have your hand in this. You've had your stuff with the whole Summer Game Fest and stuff,
and it's from software.
Yeah. He's got that giant relationship. Remember, he's had the pot bots going across the screen and delivering stuff. Like, so he has all this stuff, and here's the thing: putting it up here drives controversy, drives views, people paying attention, people talking about it. This is a giant marketing thing, and unfortunately, I have the suspicion that this is going to win. I'm just saying that now, and if it does, that throws a blow to all the other games here. That like Expat said, are longer games in some cases, and some just all the years, took 4+ years on some of these games to make.
Yeah.
And a DLC that was done in a year and a half, however long, not to say that effort wasn't put into it and all that, but it is not the same kind of product. Like if it was standalone DLC, you can make the argument to make me want to be more accepting of it being here, but because you have to beat so much of the main game,
exactly,
do optional content in the main game, this should exclude this, but this was all done for marketing.
Yeah, it's inaccessible to a lot of gamers, and as is a lot of DLC. Like you have to beat a particular portion of the game to be able to access, this content. So I don't like it.
Before addressing the elephant in the room, I think Game of the Year was a good choice. We have variety. You have the family game with Astrobot. You have the independent
with
sole creator with Balatro. Black Myth Wukong took over. Metaphor Fantasio just came out, and it's here nominated.
Turn-based RPG. Yeah.
Exactly, another RPG with Final Fantasy. So there's variety. Like this is a good representation of the year so far, and Game of the Year is a category that everyone wants to be in. Because if you're here, people are going to be curious to try. For example, Burley tried Balatro, which maybe he wouldn't otherwise. So being here calls out to people and to just try these games, or at least gives them some publicity. So the elephant in the room, which is Elden Ring. I don't care if IGN gave it a 10. It's a DLC. And I think in a year where we're talking about creativity and the industry having to take risks and be more creative, we're putting a DLC. And to me, I don't think we're going to have good scenarios if it does win. I think companies are just going to take all the wrong lessons and are going to not do free DLCs. They're going to start charging for the DLCs. And we're not getting the quality that From Software is offering with this one. We're probably going to get worse DLCs. It's going to cost us more money. And the games itself to complete and to play fully are just going to be more expensive. Yeah. So as much, as amazing as this DLC is, I feel like in terms of industry and money making, it's not good for us if it wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just out of the blue popped up. When the Game Awards were announced, I mean, nobody was talking about this DLC before the Game Awards announcements.
That I don't agree. A lot of people were talking about the DLC, especially with the final boss Radan. They were talking,
not in the mainstream media so much. I mean, because they were focused on Metaphor, they were focused on the other titles.
Yes, that part,
Astrobot.
that part I
and
agree.
everything.
Yeah, that part I agree because
Yeah.
no one was calling it.
Yeah.
No one was calling it to be Game of the Year because
Yeah.
everyone knew it was a DLC. They just changed the rules in the last minute, like you said.
Now, question for you guys about Black Myth Wukong. Was it put on this Game of the Year category for its gameplay and the game itself, or because of its sales?
Me playing this game, okay, so sorry to barge in again. Me playing this game, I already said this game is a great game. I think it's a great game. It's not as hard as a Souls-like game. It has have its inspiration, but again, great art, great music, great story, great adaptation of the tale. But there's something that we are forgetting, and I don't want to be cynic. This is a Chinese-made game. There's going to be a lot of Chinese market people watching this, so it's a lot of views as well. So it's not only the game; it's what it represents. That's one of the reasons why it's here, and because of what it represents, I wouldn't be surprised if it won because of the impact that it would have on the Chinese market.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting, and in the coming weeks, we will be giving our final predictions for the Game Awards and the categories. So stay tuned for that. So,
Guys, but can we just what game would we pick personally? Like, we're not really trying to guess who wins. Who do we want to win?
I'm not getting the book.
we'll talk about that in the next episodes. We'll talk about our actual pick, but our personal picks as well. So we'll talk about
All
that.
I've got
So-
one for in here. Like, first we got Spookle in the chat saying, "Get that DLC out of here," and we're all pretty agree.
Yeah.
But
Thanks.
if you took out Elden Ring out, the DLC for Elden Ring, and you could put one game in here, what would you pick? For me, I would still pick Stellar Blade because I think that just came. That game, yeah, it is like Wukong. It is a Souls-like, but you've got the difficulty, all the different stuff you can do. You have, giant maps, but you have exploring. You've got the whole costume, the soda side quests and stuff like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't put Persona 3 Reload because Metaphor is in there. I don't think you put two games from the same studio in here. I would probably go with Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. I thought it was deserving of Game of the Year. But go ahead, Fubu. Your thoughts.
No, I'm saying I would go with Legend of Zelda. I don't think it's a Game of the Year without a Nintendo game. I already said I think it's a beautiful game. It's fun. It is different. It did something that the people wanted. They were a bit afraid, I admit it, but they did something that people wanted, which play as Zelda, because she's the name of the game. She's the Legend of Zelda. Her.
I just disagree with your sentiments about it. It's not a Game Awards without a Nintendo game.
No.
It's like saying
it's not a Game of the Year.
It's not the Game Awards without a Final Fantasy game in it, right?
Exactly.
Come on.
Perfect.
I mean, come on. All right.
No.
Let's
I mean,
get to.
My
Go
pick
ahead.
is obvious. Go ahead. What's my pick?
Yeah.
Silent Hill 2.
Yes, thank you, Fubu. And then we can move on.
Well, this is my pick for sure. Most anticipated game, GTA 6. Hi, end of story. Hi, thank you very much. Hi, that's it.
Perfect.
GTA 6 is going to win. There's
but
just
GTA 6 is going to be the one that wins.
GTA 6 is going to win most anticipated game. It's just the end of story. But let me go back to the image here and show you the rest of the game.
If it was Ghost of Tsushima 2, I would probably, I don't know, but
I'm sorry. I mean, I love Japan and I live here, but no thanks. And I have a graduate degree in Japanese history, but no thanks. GTA 6 is my game, and that's all there is to it. I don't care what else comes out. Anyway, Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Kojima on the beach. Yeah. Ghost of Yotei. Yeah. So up there in Hokkaido, early Edo period. GTA 6, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and Monster Hunter Wilds. Yeah, GTA 6 is going to win this.
I was surprised Metroid got the nod
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Well, I think that's probably because of the Switch 2. I mean, or whatever they're going to call it, because that's going to be a launch title for the new system. Yeah. So I think that's
Surprised
probably very
Silk
anticipated.
Song isn't here. Sorry, Xbox.
No,
I was
go
gonna
ahead.
say,
Yeah.
surprised Silk Song isn't in here.
Oh, that
'Cause, like,
game ain't
people-
coming.
They've been wanting that game for years.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah,
been begging on
I
their
think it's
knees.
like 3 years they've been waiting on an update, and Spookwood said in chat, games that made a big impact on the internet, Wukong, Astrobot, FF7 were everywhere. Stellar Blade was everywhere too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that are saying Stellar Blade got snubbed when it came to Game of the Year, things like that. But,
I agree on that.
Yep,
yeah. Well,
for sure.
but come on, guys, GTA 6 is going to win this. I just
Oh
don't-
yeah, like other
I don't think. I mean, if GTA 6 was not here, of those other 4, which would you pick? I would probably pick Ghost of Yote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You already know my pick.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah.
I
Yoteyama.
think-
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I would pick Metroid Prime 4. Kind of curious to see that game.
Yeah. Are we gonna get the big trailer for GTA 6 at the Game Awards, Burley? Are they gonna show it off there? Oh yeah.
Oh, they'll show it off there. Here's the
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
Rockstar. We've already had
Yeah.
that one teaser trailer.
Yeah.
They're gonna want to remind people everyone next year to be like, because they're sticking to their gun saying this is coming 2025.
Yeah.
So they're gonna want to show you there and be like, yeah, remember us. Here's another look, and hey, early next year we'll have another content drop for this game.
Oh yeah.
Stay tuned.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? Whatever else gets announced for games, people aren't going to care. You're just going to see on X, Blue Sky, and all these social media platforms, GTA 6, GTA 6, GTA 6.
And,
Yeah.
and in 2 years, we'll be here talking about the GTA 6 DLC for Game of the Year. That's what's going to happen.
Oh no!
Oh, Jesus.
I thought we were gonna
No,
say
it'll
we
be in
don't
the Game
need-
of the Year category, Fubu. Yeah.
I thought we were gonna
A
say we don't
DLC
even
category.
need-
Yeah.
Yeah,
We don't need Game of the Year next year because GTA is gonna automatically win. I feel like it's just gonna be announced.
Yeah.
GTA 6.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna win, yeah. And it'll be on it'll be on the PlayStation 5, and then it'll come to the PlayStation 6, and then if there's ever a PlayStation 7, there will be a PlayStation
Yeah.
7 version. Because
Maybe
Yeah.
it'll launch on the Switch too.
Yeah, full domination.
that is to be seen, but I would be very, very surprised if that were to happen. But I mean GTA 5, it came out in PS3, right? It launched on
Yep.
PS3, then it came to
Yeah, it
PS4,
did.
and then PS5. Yeah, I mean it's probably gonna be another 10-year or 12-year ride,
Well,
for this
especially
game.
with how much game they've put in development costs for this game.
Oh yeah,
Rumors.
it's amazing.
I think it's going to depend on how the online works out, because one of the reasons for GTA
They're going to
5
transfer it. They're going to transfer it. I think GTA 5's online is going to become overnight. It's going to become GTA, 6 online.
Yeah,
So the
probably.
6 people will jump in. I mean,
No, because what I'm trying to say is that GTA 4 already had an online component. I played it. I remember playing it, but it didn't pop off as much as it did on 5. And then
Right.
they tried to do the same thing with Red Dead Redemption 2, but the online flopped.
yeah, but
so
the player base exploded though for 5.
Yeah,
That's-
no, exactly.
yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. But if it goes to 6, we are here assuming with the quality that Rocksteady does.
Rockstar.
Rockstar.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rockstar. I was
Yeah.
thinking about Batman. Never mind. Rockstar does. Hey, sometimes I'm na Batman. Sometimes it happens. But Rockstar.
Don't get me started on that. Yeah.
But the quality that they deliver, we are expecting a good game. We're expecting a good online. But hey, things can go wrong, and maybe people don't connect it to the online as they did before. And what I'm trying to say is, if they don't connect as well to 6 like they did to 5, maybe to GTA 7, it's not going to be as long as overweight. It's going to depend on the online.
I think it's going to be twice as big. I mean, it's going to just
I hope so.
explode. It's going to
Yeah.
explode. I mean, it's the online elements and everything are just going to go through the roof. I mean, yeah, Burley, I'm excited for you, man, to see that when you get to the Game Awards, to see that trailer and everything for GTA 6. Because, yeah, that is the most anticipated game. Like I said, if it does not win, I am going to close. I'm going to shut down this podcast. So, yeah.
Don't clip this. Please don't clip this.
I'm going to do a compilation.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's going to win. That's the only... Of everything, except for Balatro winning Best Indie Game, I think, yeah, this is a shoe-in for anticipated game. It's GTA 6, yeah. I mean,
and I think the show will end with a GTA 6 trailer.
Yeah. I mean, it's like 12 years, man. 12 years this GTA 5's been out. I mean, they've been waiting so long for a new game. And I remember in the early development stages, a lot of people were talking about they might go international. Like GTA 6 might not be based in the US, it might be based in like Japan or based in some other country, you know. But yeah, it's going back to Miami, you know, back to Vice City again.
Yeah.
So a ramped up Vice City, yeah, because Vice City is one of my favorite GTA games. So
it's beautiful.
Can't wait for that, man. So
Tommy Vercetti.
Oh God, yes. don't get me started on that, man. It's like, yeah. And just spending hours and hours like on a motorcycle, just jumping over like, you know, like the half done overpasses, and just crashing to my death. Yeah. So great stuff, man. Great stuff. I remember those days. Yeah, playing on the original Xbox. Yeah, great stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so that is our episode spotlight. So stay tuned in the coming weeks. We're going to be giving our final predictions for the Game Awards, and we'll make a list and find out who had the most picks correct. So, yeah, stay tuned for that.
It's going to be Carl again.
It's going to be Carl again. Yeah, because he's going to pick Elden Ring DLC to win Game of the Year. Watch. Yeah, so who knows? All right, good stuff. So, all right, next up, it's time to talk about our new game release picks of the week. So each and every week we pick a game from releases.com. So you can go to www.releases.com and check out the games that are being released. And this week, for the week of November 25th through December 1st. So we're getting into December here. So www.releases.com, and I am up first this week. So let me go ahead and get mine up. And it was at the beginning of the show. So those of you that have been here for the entire podcast so far, my game is 9 Souls. So it's my pick of the week. So 9 Souls is a lore-rich, hand-drawn 2D action platformer featuring Sekiro-inspired deflection-focused combat. Comes out on November 26th for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and Switch. So cool stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, beautiful.
And it's on Game Pass day one.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
That's nice.
I love these types of games. Yeah, it's... probably some Metroidvania elements in there.
It's on Switch.
It's on the Switch too. Yep. As well. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. Leah, you are up next. What do you have for us?
My game is called 30 Birds, and it's explore a fantastic world laid out on the surface of a rotating flying lanterns. Play dub music on magic synthesizers with bizarre characters, and comes out on November 28th for PC. And I really like the concept of the magic lantern because, like, you turn it around and the game kind of goes along. So I really enjoy that concept. I think it looks like a really good game.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, and like that like card style as the character is moving around. I really
Yeah,
like that.
moving
That's really
along.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fez used to do
So-
that. It was an innovative game mechanic at the time. So it looks nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Fubu, you're up next. What do you got for us?
Okay. Raven's Watch comes out in 5 days, November 28th. Raven's Watch, it's a top-down roguelite action game that combines intense real-time combat with deep gameplay and high replay value. After the success of Curse of the Dead Gods, Pastek returns with a new formula and game experience that can play solo or up to 4 players in co-op. And I do like top-down games. I do like roguelikes. It is really good. And you can play as a werewolf, which I relate because I'm hairy and I hit my toe on the wall. I go like, ooh, so I relate to the werewolf.
Burley, force choke again, please.
The dad
Jesus.
jokes.
Oh, God.
We go double force hand.
Not a lot of gameplay on this trailer. It's just like a concept trailer.
Yeah.
No, there's
the
the gameplay.
yeah, okay.
No, I do like this type of. I do now. Seriously, again, I do like this type of game. I grew up playing these top-down games. I remember them and playing with friends and this type of game. I think it's really fun. And I did play Curse of the Dead Gods. That was a very good game. They gave it on the PS Plus a few years ago. It was a really fun game. The art style is good. You can play with Wukong. You can play as Wukong as well. So yeah, that's why I picked the game. I really liked it, and I hope people try it out because it looks really fun.
All right. Okay, Burley, you're up next. What do you got for us?
So my pick of the week is Snow Bros Wonderland. So Snow Bros Wonderland, which was developed by former Toplan in the 1990s, gained wide popularity. It's now available as a completely new game, keeping the same worldwide view along with the name. The gameplay has been greatly expanded with 3D game field and depth, and not to mention beautiful graphics depicted on a new generation of platforms, and most importantly, the basic gameplay is the same as the original. Old fans will be able to fully enjoy the sense of control inherited from the original game, as well as the nostalgic characters and their actions that they have been reincarnated. It's coming November 28th to Switch, PS4, PS5, and PC. And you know me, I love my platformers and all that, and just having
Yeah,
you can do co-op and stuff like this, and just have a lot, play together and have some fun. Why not?
Love the
And I'm
names.
Canadian, so I have to love the snow.
Yes,
Me
obviously.
and Leah, we can't relate to that game. We
No,
can't relate.
no snow here.
I don't
So.
know what's snow.
Or I thought you meant like the working together part and be.
Yeah,
Ah, that
Leah's
as
really hard to
well.
work with. Yeah, she's just really hard to work with. I don't know how.
No, he
All
just
right.
doesn't listen to simple commands. That's his problem.
All right, so you can go to
I believe you on that.
www.releases.com and you can check out all the games that are releasing this week for the week of November 25th through December 1st and through December and beyond. www.releases.com. So please go and check it out. So those are our picks of the week. So next up is Game Pass. So got some new titles, Burley, and one of them, Stalker 2. The news came out that it's already over 1 million in sales now. It's doing really well, but had some bug issues that the developers were working to patch up pretty quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, not only that, Flight Simulator 2024 came the 19th, and a lot of people on day one could not play that, but that is now out.
Right.
They've been patching and getting things better, but some other games that came, Little Kitty Big City to console came on November 20th, and is available with Game Pass Standard. Played Up November 20th with Game Pass Standard to console. Nine Souls coming cloud, PC, Xbox Series.
Yes.
November 26th
Yeah.
with PC Game Pass or Game Pass Ultimate, and Aliens Dark Descent coming November 27th to cloud, console, and PC.
Nice.
And is on Ultimate PC or Game Pass Standard.
Yeah. Yeah, I played that. It was pretty cool. But yeah, so that Nine Souls I'm really excited for. So, and Stalker 2, yeah, get more into that. So, yeah. I've been seeing some really good things about it. So really excited for it. And over 1 million in sales. That's really good. And I was saying, and I posted on social media that I'm hoping that some of the proceeds for the million in sales, hopefully some of those proceeds will go to the people in need in Ukraine, that have been affected by the war. So
I'm hopeful that once they've recouped their cost, that'll happen.
I hope so. Yeah, hopefully they can help the people in need out there. So, because Stalker 2 is a Ukrainian developed studio. So, yeah, good stuff. All right, so that's our Game Pass for the week. All right, so now it's time for our programming notes. So, of course, here on the Arena Productions, we are not only a video game related site, but we also do entertainment and pop culture related content here, particularly sci-fi when it comes to Marvel, Star Wars, Star Trek, and animation. So lots of stuff here. So it's time to talk about the things that have been coming up on the Arena Productions. But before we get into the entertainment side, a couple of things on the gaming side I want to get to first that we put out. I put out a video on Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree. Should DLC be considered a Game of the Year contender? So please go and check out my commentary on that. It's up here on the channel. And then Burley, you did a Steam Deck gameplay review of Lego Horizon Adventures. You have some things you want to say about that?
Yeah, so I did play Lego Horizon Adventures. I picked it up. I got it and played it on the Steam Deck. So I show in this video, I show it running off the Steam Deck and talk a bit about it. It is a short game, but I will say one little thing from the review that I know will not make some people happy, but the writing in this Lego game is very well. It is better writing than BioWare's Dragon Age 4. Veilguard.
Wow.
Damn.
Those
are big words.
I know some people are not going to like that, but this Lego game I really enjoyed. If like I say quickly, if you are a Lego fan and you are a Horizon fan, I can recommend picking it up. But I go into a little bit more detail in the video and talk about a few things. So maybe please watch the video and then you can understand, and then you'll hear my score and kind of my justification and what I think if you're going to pick this up, when you should, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
okay. And then on the entertainment side, my review of Act 2 of Arcane, League of Legends, and going back to the Game Awards picks when it comes to, the adaptation. I could see it's nominated at the Game Awards. I wouldn't be surprised if it does win. If Fallout does not win, Arcane will win, I think. So, I mean, this is just an amazing series. I mean, my Act 2 review, I finished watching all of the episodes. Act 3 is out. I should probably have the review up maybe tomorrow. So up here on the channel, so stay tuned for that. But before that, you can go and watch Act 2's review that I did. So visually stunning and emotionally gutting was Act 2. So please go and check that out. So great stuff. Ella Purnell, voice acting is amazing. Yes, Haley Steinfeld, amazing. So great stuff. And finally, the latest episode of Star Trek Lower Decks. Comedy meets character growth. So yeah, Boimler and Mariner, they're two characters. The character growth in this episode is pretty cool. Some pretty really funny scenes in this one as usual for Star Trek Lower Decks. So so my episode 6 review of season 5. 2 more episodes left, guys. Only 2 more episodes left of Star Trek Lower Decks. So I'm sad, but looking forward to watching them and getting a review out for all of you. So. Yeah, so Star Trek.
At least they're going out on a high note with a good season.
Yeah.
then one of those shows that goes too long, and by the time the finale comes out, you're like, thank God this is ending.
Yeah.
I'm so done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Finally, I'll be able to binge this.
and none of these characters are none of them are just going to die for good. I mean, they're probably going to come back in some other new series in the near
I'll
future.
cross them over with other stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. And did any of you see the AR? What was it? They did a Star Trek with Captain Kirk just a week ago or so, where they, of course, did the AI, and it was kind of like the Kirk from Star Trek Generations, and he goes and meets with Spock as he's like dying or something like that on his deathbed or something like that. So it's like he was like, Kirk was reborn again, and the Genesis project was actually brought up, and it's like a short. It's only like about 5-6 minutes long, but it's pretty cool, and the AI is pretty good when it comes to Kirk, and William Shatner, and they use the Kirk from Generations, they use the Kirk from the original series and from the movies, all three of them in this. So yeah, if you haven't seen that, please check that out as well. So
I'll check it out.
yeah, check that out. So, and in the next coming weeks, as we get into December, when it comes to Star Wars: The Republic, our shows about all things Star Wars here on the Arena Productions. Skeleton Crew is going to be starting up, so I'll be doing reviews and reactions to Skeleton Crew as well. So stay tuned for those. And into 2025, of course, on the Marvel side of things, the Marvelous Marvel Discussion Arena will be having, of course, in March, we have Daredevil Born Again coming. I'm so excited for that, to do episode reviews of that. So, yeah, a lot of cool content coming in 2025. So please stay tuned for that as well. So those are our programming notes. So, yeah, good stuff here on the Arena Productions. So,
Yeah,
great stuff. All right, so it's time to talk about the games that we're going to be playing this upcoming week. I'm going to play Nine Souls. I want to play that on Game Pass. Play a little bit of that. You know I'm going to say it. You know I'm going to say it. More of Black Ops 6 veteran mode. If I can get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but Nine Souls, I want to try that game. It looks really fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Leah, what about you? What are you going to play?
Well, now that I have extra, there's a ton of games to try. Last night I played Untitled Goose Game, and I really enjoyed being a menace to society. It was great, just making everyone's life miserable.
Nice.
So like next, I'll definitely keep playing Echoes of Wisdom because I haven't finished. But
Okay.
I think like
Need
if
to play that.
there are recommendations or games you think I should definitely play, let me know.
Oh, one other game
are
that I
included.
definitely want to try this coming week, I still haven't got into yet, is Double Exposure. So the Life is Strange game. So
Yeah,
I want to get into that and play that too. So, Fubu, what about you? What are you gonna play?
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I'm enjoying that game, and then I'm gonna try Ishin Like a Dragon. Since it's on Plus, I tried it. I have it on my Steam Deck. I'll be honest, I have it on my Steam Deck. I played
Nice.
it there. I really enjoyed the gameplay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a go on the PlayStation, where I played the most. So those are my two games of the week, besides the other one that shall not be mentioned.
Yeah. Your soccer game, your football game, yeah, of course. Yeah. The football game.
Yeah.
Burley, what are you going to be playing and streaming this week?
Well, I'll be streaming more of TCG Card Shop Simulator.
Nice.
But I may stream this game, but I'll be definitely playing more on my off time of it. Balatro, you want a good game that'll give you a good addiction, Fubu, and that won't make you spend a bunch of money. Check out Balatro.
I'm seriously considering trying Balatro. I'm seriously, yeah. I haven't seen it on the PSN, but if I see it, and I assume it's a cheap game because it's India. I assume it's going to be cheap. It's not.
Yeah, I got it for like $13 and getting it on the Steam Deck, and it runs great on the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
And you know what, Leah, if you need something that just gives you after you've beat Zelda first, just give you it, you'll enjoy it. It's fun, it's cozy, as Spookle would say.
Yeah, I think I might pick the physical version because they have one and it comes with like a collectible cards in here,
Okay,
like you're selling it
I can
here. So
respect respect that.
Nice. All right.
Fubu, my Christmas present. Get it
What?
I was just
now.
about to say,
Christmas.
Sorry.
you gotta buy Quattro.
It's not working. What did you say? I didn't
All
hear it.
right.
Sorry.
All right. So anyway, before we end the show, you can also follow us over on Blue Sky. We're up on Blue Sky now, so heard Blue Sky is really exploding now with a lot of people coming into it. So you can check us out over on Blue Sky. The link there is below. So come and follow us over there. And we're also on Threads. So if X is not your alternative, please come and check us out on either Blue Sky or Threads. So the Arena Productions, you can come and check us out there. And the Arena Gaming News Podcast, we are, of course, live on Saturdays from 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m. GMT, and on Sundays at 7 a.m. Japan Standard Time, which I am. That's where I am here. So in Japan, getting up at 5 in the morning to do the shows. So, yes. So please check us out. Yes. So, all right. So, yeah. Another great week ahead of us. So looking forward to it. So it's time to end our show with our Indie Recording Artist Spotlight. So each and every week, we end our podcast by spotlighting a musical indie recording artist. So this week's spotlight is on Will Van de Crome. Will Van de Crome is a Minneapolis native, a multi-instrumentalist and composer, producing music since he was 14. Will has become a go-to composer for commercials, shorts, and feature films. Due to his cinematic talents, a studied classical pianist and headbanger, Will has shared the stage with indie punk acts and developed an eclectic style with influences that range from jazz to rock, big band to electronic. From his album titled Global Grooves, and the song is called Highest Peaks. So this has been The Arena, Multi-Platform Gaming News Podcast, episode 196. I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-hosts, Burley of Burleman Gaming, Fubu87, and Leah the Hatless. We hope to catch you next week. So everybody have a great week of gaming, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.